news, Senators defect to Conservatives. Senate leader warned more may cross the floor. The Canadian political landscape is undergoing a significant transformation following the snap federal election on April 28, 2025, which resulted in Mark Carney becoming Prime Minister after securing the Liberal Party leadership. While the Conservative Party fell short of forming the government, their impressive gains, 42% of the popular vote and 144 MPs, mark a historic moment as they establish the largest opposition in Canadian history. Senator Leo Housakos, a key figure within the Conservative Party, has emerged as a critical voice, expressing both disappointment and a renewed sense of purpose regarding the party's future direction and the Senate's role. Housakos' insights into the recent defection of independent senators to the Conservative caucus highlight a significant shift in Senate dynamics. Reforms by the Trudeau government, intended to enhance Senate independence, have fostered dissent among appointed senators. This has resulted in notable defections, including Senators David Richards, Mary Jane McCallum, and the return of Larry Smith. Housakos views these movements as a growing desire among senators to align with the party-affiliated caucus, empowering them to better advocate for their constituents' interests. Housakos asserts that the Senate should function not only as a chamber of sober second thought, but also as a robust opposition force holding the government accountable. He underscores the Senate's unique ability to influence legislation through delays, amendments, and rejections, though outright defeats are rare. A pivotal moment occurred during the 2022 truckers' protest when the Senate nearly rejected the Trudeau government's use of the Emergencies Act, demonstrating its potential as a critical check on executive power through bipartisan collaboration. Reflecting on the recent election results, Housakos conveyed disappointment that despite the Conservative Party's strong performance, it was insufficient to achieve government formation. He articulated concerns that Canadians were misled into believing that a leadership change within the Liberal Party would yield meaningful alterations in policy direction. The same cabinet that oversaw high taxes and what he termed a lost decade remained intact, leading him to conclude that the electorate's hopes for a genuine shift in governance were ultimately dashed. Turning to fiscal policies under the new Prime Minister, Housakos warned that spending has escalated to unprecedented levels, further exacerbating Canada's fiscal challenges. He pointed out alarming projections indicating that deficits could rise from $62 billion to $92 billion, with debt servicing costs now surpassing vital healthcare transfers. Such financial trajectories raise serious questions about the government's capacity to manage public resources effectively, especially in light of recent expenditures on consultants, which have ballooned to over $61 billion. Housakos' concerns resonate deeply with Canadians who worry about the future of essential services. Housakos has urged Canadians to stay vigilant and engaged with political decisions, emphasizing that these choices directly impact critical services such as healthcare and education. He outlined various avenues for citizen engagement, including emailing senators, participating in committee testimonies, and attending policy conventions. He particularly stressed the importance of joining a political party, especially the Conservatives, as a powerful means to influence policy from the grassroots level. This call to action aims to empower citizens to play a more active role in their democracy. As the Conservative Senate caucus looks ahead, Housakos affirmed their commitment to attracting open-minded senators from various backgrounds, thereby fostering a Senate that is less partisan than the House of Commons. This approach aims to create an environment where bold proposals can be introduced and debated, resonating with Canadians across the political spectrum. While some private Senate bills, such as the proposal to lower the voting age to 16, may spark controversy, Housakos reassured the public that such initiatives typically require broad support to succeed, reflecting the Senate's role as a deliberative body. In light of the recent election, Housakos has sought to reassure discouraged Conservatives by emphasizing the cyclical nature of democracy, which provides opportunities for change every 4 years. He called upon the party to learn from its past shortcomings and to adopt a constructive approach to opposition, preparing to govern should the Carney government falter. He urged the new Prime Minister to abandon the mixed messages and misdirection that characterized the Trudeau era, advocating instead for responsible governance that unites the country and addresses the pressing issues facing Canadians. Mark Carney's government has already begun signaling its intentions since taking office, indicating a departure from some of Trudeau's policies. For instance, the government has moved to repeal the consumer carbon tax, a decision that has been welcomed by many conservative supporters who see it as a step toward reducing the financial burden on Canadians. Additionally, measures have been introduced to strengthen Canada's steel industry, including restrictions on foreign steel imports and investments aimed at supporting domestic steelworkers. These initiatives reflect a commitment to bolstering Canadian industry while addressing the economic concerns of constituents. However, challenges loom on the horizon for Carney's administration. The decision to eliminate the carbon tax has drawn significant criticism, particularly regarding Canada's ability to meet its 2030 climate targets. Environmental advocates have raised alarms about the potential consequences of such a move, emphasizing the critical need for a balanced approach that fosters both economic growth and environmental sustainability. Moreover, the government's strategy for healthcare has also come under scrutiny, with ongoing debates about whether to loosen restrictions on private health insurance as a means to supplement public care. The implementation of the One Canadian Economy Act, aimed at removing barriers to interprovincial trade, has sparked its share of controversy. While it seeks to expedite infrastructure projects and promote economic growth, Indigenous leaders have voiced concerns about potential violations of their rights and title. The specter of protests and legal challenges looms large if these issues are not addressed, underscoring the importance of respectful engagement with Indigenous communities as the government moves forward with its agenda. In conclusion, the dynamic interplay between the Conservative Senate caucus and the Carney government will be crucial in shaping Canada's political future. Senator Leo Housakos advocates for accountability and reform, with shifting allegiances in the Senate indicating broader political trends. The Conservative Party aims to challenge the government while representing Canadians' aspirations for effective governance. The coming years will test the resilience of both the government and opposition as they navigate complex political challenges.